Good afternoon, guys. How's it going? Today I come to visit my local government office, visit the actually the mayor's office here. I don't know where he is. People come by on scooters and say they're the mayor. I'm like, okay, cool, but I don't really know who they are. And then other officials will come by and ask questions and think, okay, cool. But today is, believe it or not, in 4 years, over 4 years now since I've lived where I am, is the first time I've actually known where the government offices are. They're not in my village, because that village is actually another county, but I'm closer to that village than I am this side. And so to find it, it was I was like, where is this place? It's actually in the temple grounds. So, you know, I'm in the temple, but the government offices are in the temple, which is really cool. And it's nice and quiet here. There's two monkey fist trees with those really beautiful flowers. But look at the size of this guy. I've never seen one so big. Crazy big. Way up there. Flowers all the way up the tree. Here's the flower. Here's the flower if you forget. Monkey fist. You can see all the new flowers coming. Beautiful, huh? And there's the fruit back up in there. But here's the fruit. Here's the fruits. Here's the fruits all over the floor. Just walking down to the river here. Sorry for wiggling. Beautiful, huh? I can't believe I've never found this place in 4 years. Oh, lazy afternoon, huh? The smell from that monkey fist tree is incredible. It really smells like a high-end perfume. It's an amazing smell. And the tree's crazy big. The reason I'm talking about it is because I got one growing right next to where I park my truck. When I first moved there was one about the size of your arm, forearm, right? And everything was poisoned, everything was... The only thing alive was a few trees. Obviously the big trees were alive. But I didn't even know it was a monkey fist tree. It was just there. And it passed. I'm like, why did it pass? I watered it, I took care of it, and it just died. But when it come back as two. So I don't know if there's some kind of significance in that. But I thought, hey, one tree died, the same tree come back, but it was in two parts. So it doubled itself. Kind of funny, but anyway, this year it produced some fruit, monkey fist flowers, and the smell. But this one here is crazy beautiful smell. It really smells like a real high-end perfume. Okay, business taken care of at the government office. Yesterday I had to go get some new glasses. I keep breaking my other ones. So I got these new ones. They're a little bit big around here. I like the smaller ones so I can look over when I'm working. I don't know if I'm going to get on with them well. We'll see what happens. But I come to get some food. And Angtong again. Lunchtime, spicy. Basically it's veggie stir fry is what it is. So time to eat this food and enjoy a little bit. Good afternoon. I'm home again. I ate my lunch, went into Big C, got a little bit of groceries. What did I get? I think I mainly got junk. Snacks, I think is mainly what I got. A few yogurts, stuff like that, and came back and just been sort of sitting around. I got something that's been disturbing me. May I share? A friend is having a bit of a predicament in a relationship. And I'm thinking, I remember, I've told you guys this before, childhood, 2 relationships, what does that turn into? It turns into a mishmash and a mess that you have to untangle to experience life. Because if you try to experience life with all that stuff floating around in your noodle, it's just like trying to swim around inside of pipes. You know, tangled up pipes. You're just going around and round and round in circles and you're getting nowhere. You're arguing with people for unnecessary things, trying to get things done, and you're going nowhere. You're chasing your tail. Because you start your life with problems. You start your life with problems, which means until you sort it out, you're just going to continue to have problems. You know, some people just say, oh, it's this reason, and then just pass it on by, say sort your life out. But that's not how it is when you're in the soup. You know, when you're in it, you got to sort it out. So this person is actually a female. She got into a relationship, and she gets into the same relationships with guys and goes through the same thing each time she has a relationship. You know, the relationship's based on him not appreciating her, and she accepts it. And then they try to build something, and then when he does something that's not right, but that's, you know, the relationship started on that footing. So you can't, you know, I try to say this, you got to get out of a relationship, stop having relationships, decide what you want, make sure that's fully what you want, and then you can then get into a relationship. Or the better thing to do is get out of all relationships, untangle your mess, and then you can start to live your life. Because until you untangle your mess from childhood, from past relationships, how can you build, you know, what is your next relationship built on? The same mess as your life started. You know, if you have, you know, it's known now that old truck going by. It's known that, you know, Jesuit said, give me a child up to the age of 7, and I can control him for the rest of his life or her life. So if you have troubles as a young kid, then you're being brainwashed and formulated into being that person. So you got to stop the circus, get off the circus. And I'll tell you what I did. It was about 1989, 1990. I was having all this information running around my head to the point where it's going to make me, you know, crack up. So I said, okay, stop. I finally told the woman I was with at the time to leave. I couldn't deal with her no more. It was just too much. And part of the reason I was with her was probably for the wrong reasons. So anyways, I got rid of her, and off she went. And then it was in about, say 1990 is when I actually started understanding life a little bit, untangling myself, getting normal. And I guess, you know, I told you the other day that I finally feel that I can stay here and belong here. And the reason why is because you go to another level and another level. And it doesn't happen overnight. You know, you think about something. I don't get upset about my past anymore. But it's still, I think, who could I have been if I was given a good upbringing? And I wouldn't have got into bad relationships, right? If I was given a chance. But, you know, if you look at my father, who was an alcoholic. Why was he an alcoholic? Well, his mom died at 9. She died of TB. And his dad, he didn't want him, the 3 boys didn't want him around the house. So he put him in a Catholic orphanage, and they got beat bad in this Catholic orphanage. When he got out of the orphanage at 18, he joined the Navy. And, you know, he had all this stress and troubles and never dealt with it. So when I come along, you know, he treated me the way he was being treated, because that's what he understood. So I was a human punch bag for most of my childhood, up until around, what, 13 or 14 or something. I think, how did I do that? How did I learn to be not angry anymore? and stop and let it go. And I think one of the things was I got into meditation many years ago. I don't meditate much anymore, but I used to meditate a lot. And what meditation does for you is it allows you to distance yourself from your mind. So when you can get away from it, the videotapes that just keep looping in your head, causing you to react the same way all the time, meditation actually gives you a place to stop. It gives you distance from it, so you can find out what is normal. And it was kind of addictive for me. The more I got it, the more peaceful I felt. So if somebody's trying to untangle the mess of life, meditating is the way to start. And I just hope you guys don't have that problem. I know a lot of you do. I've spoke to, you guys have told me, and I'm sorry, and I hope you can work it out. I'm just going to say this. If I didn't care about people, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about this, because I know I would be on a different topic, whatever. And maybe my channel wouldn't be what it is, but this is who I am, a product of my past, right? So, anyway, I'm going to close off before I get soaked and go in the house and say goodnight. Look after yourselves. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. All the very best. Look after yourselves. Good night.